As I promised, I want to touch on Maryland really quickly before we move on, because I really want people to understand where I'm at on this election. So in Maryland, you had 8 years of a pretty progressive Democratic candidate, a Democratic governor, Martin O'Malley. You had Anthony Brown, who, listen, he's an enamorable figure. He's a good-looking guy, all the things. He has a great record. He's a veteran, all these things. So my question is, now, let me put this all out here for you, and you tell me what you think. Maryland, we created jobs, a lot of jobs. The #1 state to raise a child, #1 state to do business. Businesses are flocking to Maryland in record number. It's because we had a governor who passed a governor who abolished the death penalty. Novel idea. You are the candidate running for governor. You had 8 years of success in the state. Why not run on the record of the 8 years that you were part of? Isn't that just common sense? It's about loyalty in this game. You had an 8-year record of wins for the state of Maryland. You ran, ducked, hid, nearly jumped over a car to run away from your record when your record was all good things for good people. Maryland education is beating everybody else in the country. You ran away from your record. You ran away from a candidate. You ran away from 8 years of a governorship that got things done for the people of Maryland. And now you're trying to scratch your head and figure out how it's possible that you lose the midterm elections. Sitting here, what did we do wrong? I'll tell you what the hell you did wrong. You ran away from your record. Listen, anybody out there trying to run for office, you never run away from your record. Another example of somebody who ran away from the record was Al Gore. After 8 years, even after they tried to impeach him. They tried to impeach Bill Clinton, y'all. And this man managed to leave office with a higher approval rating than he came in with. The economy was booming. We had a tech boom. We had people buying homes. We had new $100 bills. Kids were getting free lunch in school. And Al Gore made the decision to run away from 8 years of prosperity. And guess what happened to good old Al? He lost. Now, some would argue that Florida could have been a win or whatever. He lost. And now we're repeating the same thing like we didn't know what happened to us. Now is the time for the party, whoever's in it, whoever the hell is in it, to sit down and say, wait a minute, pump the brakes. We need some new blood. We need a new way of thinking. And we've got to understand how to engage community and how to engage voters. And let me tell you something. I'll be very clear. I'm going to address this one time and one time only, because everybody's going to attack us and address it. And listen, the Republicans have clearly figured out how to communicate to African Americans. Or better yet, they've figured out how to run African American candidates in very conservative places and win. Mia Love in Utah, example #1. Tim Scott, the first governor elected in the South after Reconstruction, Republican. And let me tell you something. I don't know any Republicans. I don't know any people in South Carolina, but I guarantee you this. I guarantee a lot of black people voted for Tim Scott. I vote for black man. Right? So Democrats are going to go back and they need to take a pause here and say to themselves, wait a minute. These guys are not only recruiting top tier African-American candidates, and also the Lieutenant Governor of Maryland is also an African-American. They're managing to run them in statewide and in challenging races, and they're winning. And we are, quote unquote, the party of African Americans, yet still we run a black person in the state of Maryland for governor and we lose. Just putting the facts out there. I'm putting the facts out and I'm going to let it sit. Let it sit. Let it marinate. Let that marinate in your spirit for just a second. And say to yourself, wait a minute. Maybe indeed we have a problem in our party structure. This may be indeed we got a problem in our party structure. Just a little one. Just a little one. Just a little one, America.